Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of Aurora. This is episode 21. In episode 20, we accomplished stuff that we tried to do all through episode 19, which was getting the mighty Atlanta to actually be digging. I have figured out what was wrong with that. It is now digging, and because it's digging so well, I built 4 friends for it. So now we have a nice little fleet of diggers. So what they're doing is they are currently strip mining this asteroid here, Beesbrook. Might be a comet. I don't remember if it's a comet or an asteroid. Doesn't matter. Either way, they are going to have that strip mined in about 3.5 more years. Then we'll haul all this stuff back to Earth, fuel back up, and pick another asteroid or comet to work on. Later on, I may very well add more diggers, because this is working really well. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm researching both better research rate, because that's just generally helpful, but also increased mining speed. And this does affect asteroid miners as well as ground-based miners, so at least I'm told it does. If it doesn't, then it's maybe a bit of a waste, but who knows. Anyway, let's get rolling here. Both of these researches are huge and will take quite a while, but that's okay. I could actually even build more research labs, depending on what they take. Uranium we have lots of. Mercasium we have a decent quantity of. You know what? I'm going to build 10 more research labs. They will, of course, take a while to build, but that's okay. We have a lot of production here, so it shouldn't be too bad. Looks like they can build one every about 3 months or so. So that's not bad at all. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this screen here for our gas pump. And I'm just going to kind of push it off to the side here. I know you won't be able to see most of it. That just will make it easier for me to get at and see how its fuel situation is. It's currently at 86%, so it doesn't need too much more time. But as soon as I click on anything, that screen may disappear, so this lets me get at it a little bit easier. And if you happen to be able to see that as well, that's even better. The way Aurora pops windows in and out still is a little bit confusing to me. Sometimes they pop up nicely, and sometimes they don't, so it's kind of weird. But anyway, that's okay. So we have a few of those labs built already. So we could work on something small. I don't think I have anything small left in here that I actually want. I have no real interest in these. I'm not increasing explosion chance just for a little bit more power. If I wanted that, I'd just research a higher power plant, which is something I'm going to do at some point, but probably not right now. Could start working more on missiles. That would be helpful. Yeah, maybe that's what we will do. Ah, yes, okay. Reduce the chance of having an explosion if we get hit in the ordnance. That would be a good thing. Let's work on that. Alrighty. And one more month and the gas pump will be done. And we have an extra lab. We'll use that. Okay, you are full. So, sir, your new job is to no longer do whatever it was you were doing. Instead, go back to Sol, go to Earth, and tell me when you get there. That way I can drop the fuel off and then come back and start hunting for more. Oh, the research lab is done. Let's work on some more research. Maybe we'll just do that one more time. That'll be fine. Actually, what I am going to do, because that's so unimportant, this guy has gained enough experience to add some more labs. I'm going to give him the labs because this will generally help all research. So, it's the priority. I'm just doing that other research just for something to do to use those labs because my current researchers don't know how to use that many labs. So, okay, gas pump has arrived. So, go pop in here to the manual once again, and we will drain off another 4 mil. Transfer to the planet. There we go. I always have to try and remember. I almost always get these ones backwards, but it's always talking about from the ship's point of view, so I'm transferring to the colony. So now it has plenty of fuel, which is good. And we can now let you have your special temporary order of move to nearest Sorium. But first you have to go to either Luilen or Luman, no difference. Do that. Off you go. Excellent. Inactive lab. We can fix that. Because you would love to have an extra lab. Knocks a month or 2 off, which is nice. Okay, nothing happened. You stopped anyway. Awesome. Anyway, so one of my events I have filtered must have decided it was so important it had to stop the clock, but not important enough to actually tell me about. So anyway, at some point I'll have to go back through all those, but it's so painful and tedious. I just have not brought myself to do it. Not even as an off-camera job. I just can't get myself to do it. Anyway, by now though, I think you should be... Yes, you are on your way to there, so I don't need you to have the default order anymore. That can just be a current order. Oh, that's probably what's stopping it. It keeps saying, oh, I'm already there. I don't need to keep doing this. But then it gets a new conditional order and starts up again. Probably is what's happening, but either way, it's running. It's now refueling. I'll probably send that one back to Earth as well. I don't like having had run out at Earth even briefly. Earth should be the one place that has tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of fuel. Anyway, how are we doing here? Okay, 2 more years. And we have an inactive research, which will be more than happy to knock several more months off of that. Good stuff. Yeah, once both of these finish, this will be really helpful for us, especially the extra research rate, because that'll help everything we research, and that, obviously the extra mining will just help speed up our little fleet of floating diggers there. And that cannot be a bad thing. New lab available. Yes, please. Well, I'm almost at the point where I gave up on my last play on my own before I started recording. I was at 120 or so. I'm pretty much there, and I'm definitely doing massively better. I'm probably still really far behind where I should be after 110 years, but I am still just a rookie at the games, and we're just playing for fun anyway, so I'm not overly worried about it. But yeah, the last time I played it, the 120 mark, as I mentioned, I had a colony on, it was either Luna or Mars, I don't remember. I had done one and I was just starting the other one. It was pretty bad. Anyway, I hadn't even remotely considered scanning jump gates, let alone going through one. So, anyway, let's check on here. Okay, so the Mercasium's about done, and then we have just over a year. So we'll call it August of 110. It may not be exact because as you get closer and closer to the accessibility, it can drop. But somewhere around August of 111 will be our time. Okay, there we go. That little one is done. Is there any little ones? Well, I suppose we could do thermal reductions. It's not really that important to me. I don't currently even have cloaking theory, but these make your ship slightly harder to detect by enemy ships. Well, I haven't run into an enemy yet, but I guess being harder to see can't be a bad thing. Well, I guess not even really see, it's a sensor, not a visible. It's not like somebody's looking out the window and saying, hey, there it is! Things in space are a little hard to see because they're generally really far away. Anyway. I guess I could get cloaking theory. I mean, there's no reason not to at least know how to do it. Whether I use it or not is completely separate, but I should at least know how to use it. That makes sense to me, anyway. Okay. And yes, I'll put that back there again, because that's helpful to me to see. Since I'm not using the ticker one, I'm doing it manually, I don't get it to stop when it's almost full. So I like having that where I can see it. And these two windows don't seem to interfere with each other too much, so that's not bad at all. And that mine here should be just about done. Yeah, we're pretty much done now. There we go. Okay, so they're all completely done here on Von Biesbreck, or whatever it's called. So we'll bring this back up, grab our Atlanta, and here I now can tell them to load all, because now there's actually stuff to load. That was the problem I was having before. I was telling them to come and load, well, not Mercury though, Van Biesbreck, before there was anything there to do. So we'll tell them to go ahead and gut that planet of all of its stuff. Okay, good. It could. There isn't one there. Okay, good. And now, for this, I will say just do the increment, because that should only take a few days. Yes, it did. Okay. Right, now, so you guys should have a nice full load. Well, he won't be full, but you'll have plenty of stuff. And the Van Biesbroek has nothing. Has absolutely nothing, so we are okay to abandon it. Because there's now absolutely no point whatsoever in dealing with it. Okay, so you guys now are going to Earth. When you get there, you can go ahead and start unloading all. Awesome. Okay, there it is there. Yeah, it was just a comet, not an asteroid, but don't matter. We have drained it completely, so that's fine. Are you actually done? Or is that... No, that must have been the old message, right? Yeah, you haven't got to Earth yet. That's still 4 days away, plus on load time, so... I didn't think they would be done yet. Okay, now they could very well be done. The arrival, at least. I don't know... Oh, they actually have offloaded. So they oh, right, because I have spaceport. I was going to say they definitely unload faster than they load, but it's because I have spaceport at Earth, I think, which helps speed up the time. Yeah, I do. It counts as a cargo offloader as well, so that helps speed things along. Okay, excellent. So I have a fair bit of fuel there, so I am safe to tell these guys that they are okay to refuel. If I can find it. There it is. Okay, yes please. That should not take them very long at all. Okay. Alright, now we have to decide what our next place to bleed dry shall be. It has to be a asteroid or comet. It cannot be a planet or a moon. What is... wonder if there's an easier way to see what the next closest one is. What are you? You look very close. You are a comet. Do you have... Yes, you do have minerals. Congratulations, sir. You are the next contestant. I'll probably have to refresh that screen. Okay, so you will go to there. And you'll simply move there. Not a lot, but mostly neutronium, which is good, and carbonite, which is also good. Alright, I'm okay with that. So we'll let them arrive, which should not take long at all. And now they can start digging. Guess nothing else is happening at the moment, so that's fine. Guess I could have done 30-day instead of 5-day, but oh well. That's okay. Things are moving along at their own pace, so I'm fine with that. Okay, so now let's start doing our checks here. Gas pump's still doing well. It's not done yet, but it's doing well. You are happily grinding away. Still a fair ways to go. I wonder if I should build maybe 5 more. I think I will. Even more of these floating diggers. Just looking to see if there's anything that they take a lot of that I don't have much of. The only one that's even remotely worrisome would be the corundium, and they're actually digging that out now, I think. Oh no, it was carbonite, okay. But even still, I think it still will be worthwhile. Yeah, it's still okay. Even 5 of them, that'll be 6,000. That's still less than 10% of what I've got. So yes, I think it is time to go ahead and build more of these. It really is a shame, though, you can't just queue up repeats. Although, I guess if I paused it, will that let me do it? Not tried that before, but let's try it. No, it still knows that it's got that task. Okay, never mind. It was worth a try. Okay. I don't know what that does, but that... anyway, doesn't matter. We're not going to worry about it. These are all still flowing just fine. So I think we're okay just to stay on this one. I'll keep an eye on that as well while we're at it. Because nothing will happen for a few months. One more tick, I think. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so that's 1. Done. Number 2. And I'm just going to wait till they're all done before I bother sending them. It's less efficient, like I mentioned last time, but it's just far, far easier. And I'm going to have to deal with the gas pump shortly anyway, so... yeah, that's close enough. Okay. So you, sir, will come through here. Please, thank you. And you will move to Earth. And when you're done that, I would like you to alert me. So I can do that manual transfer thing and then send you back on your way. I really do like that little gas pump idea. That's a really neat feature. It's definitely easier than mining out sorium, then sending it, and then refining it. Excuse me, even if it's not quite as fast, it still seems so much more efficient. Anyway, Why am I not... Oh, I'm out of fuel here at Earth. That's right, because I'm building ships that are stealing it all. Right, makes sense. There you go. Now you have fuel again. So you will fly through there, and you will do your one conditional... No, not conditional. Default of move to Sorium. Fantastic. And we'll jump ahead a month, which should definitely give it time to get there. And we will remove the conditional, or the default, and you can now just happily start grinding in new fuel. And I just moved the wrong window. Well done, me. Right, this is the one that goes down there, so I can see the fuel amount, and this is the one that stays up here, so I can see what's happening in my world. Oh, well done, me. Well done. Anyway. Yep, they've already completely grabbed all that fuel. Very nice. That's okay. I don't mind. Alright, that's 2 of them done. Let's work on number 3. Keep an eye on research too, because the one, yeah, is just about done. Let's see. I keep checking here because I keep thinking there should be more stuff here I'd be interested in, but there really isn't. There's really not a heck of a lot here I'm terribly interested in, I guess. Except maybe that, but it's really expensive. The other thing I could do, I could build construction brigades. They are basically, they're a ground unit that count as a factory, but I do prefer just shipping actual factories over, so. Yeah, I don't really need any of this stuff. I'll get this one just because it's cheap and it may be theoretically helpful. Speaking of ground units, though, I should check and make sure that we're still okay in terms of stability everywhere. Yeah, we look okay. Okay, good. I have absolutely no idea just how many ground troops I'm going to need here. Now that there's no limit on the population, they're just going to obviously keep growing and growing and growing. So eventually I'm sure that these 4 units are not going to be enough. But I did build a, or at least I requested to build a ground force training unit. So the question of the day is that no longer building? Are you out of something that you need? Ground forces. Duranium and neutronium. Well, you still do have some of it, and you're projected not to use that much. So it must just be you're really, really slow at building. Yeah, you are. That's okay. It's going to take 30 years to build it, but that's fine. I'm not actually in anything remotely near a hurry for it anyway, so not a big deal. Okay. I'll go back to the stuff I am interested in, which is the stuff happening over here on these 2 tabs. Mostly this one, but anyway. Alright, ship number 3 is just about done. There it goes. Number 4 starting. Research is done. Let's pick up. Well, we're going to do some... Have a cloaking device. We might as well have a good one if we ever do use it. I'd hate to research it and then either use it but it's terrible or just never use it because it's too terrible. If I research it a little better and make it worthwhile, maybe it's actually worth using. I don't know. I've not used cloaking. I'm not entirely sure how it works in this game, but I'm sure I'll find out the hard way when whatever aliens we bump into are using it against me. Anyway, that's ship 4 just about done. Excellent. And that's the last one being built. Alright. Research is still going fine. Excellent. I'm not going to have anywhere near enough fuel to get all these guys over there. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, that is done. Now, the gas pump is nowhere near ready. So, okay, so it took you basically no fuel at all to get there. So if I send those other ships over to you and then do an equalize, we should still be okay. Excellent. Alright, so the same thing as last time, I'm going to create a temporary task group, dump all of them into it. And then have that group do an equalize fuel just to make sure they can get out there. And then send them to there. And alert me when you arrive. I know it'll take more fuel than it did because that comet was moving. I happened to go when it was very close to Earth, but it still shouldn't take that long to get there. Oh, we have inactive labs. Let's fix that. Let's work some more on cloaking. Okay. And have those ships keep flying till they make it to... There we go. They have arrived. Yeah, it's still okay for fuel. By the time I equalize with the other group, they'll be over the 50%. So they won't then turn around and I'll fly right back home. So that is good. There you go, lads. I have 5 more and it picked all cities that started with N. That time it picked them all that started with F. I guess it tries to keep them in some kind of order. I have no idea what. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so first and foremost, this group is temporary, gone. Next, we come back to the Atlantic group, and we very, very, very important, remember this time, equalize the fuel. They're all over 50%, so they will not immediately fly it back. Instead, they'll just continue to sit here, happily grinding away on this little comet here. And yeah, that's decent now. That's not bad at all. Okay. I am quite happy with that. Quick check on research. Should be totally fine. Alright. I think that is a fantastic place to put a cut in this episode. We made good progress today, so I'm very happy with that. So until next time, folks, stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching.